How about you guys ever see a documentary of David Holmes?
Excuse the out of me. What did you say?
Excuse the
The dog inventor, David Holmes.
Documentary.
Okay, thank you.
dog inventor.
Dog inventor.
So here's an article that Anthony will like, and Subi probably.
Yes.
Video game performers are protesting right now about unregulated AI use at Warner Brothers Studios.
SAG is about to go on strike for this, right?
What's unregulated about it?
So obviously, all these performers are nervous about their jobs being taken over by all this AI stuff.
Oh, voiceover work.
Yeah, and they're more than 300 of them are on protest right now.
So, for example, like let's say you're a character in a video game that you did voiceover for. Are they scared that now for part 2, 3, 4, 5, because they have AI, they can just kind of spoof the whole thing and they don't even need you?
Absolutely. And or how about even worse than that, right? They use you for color. They use you as like a side character or some shit. What if you can just use an AI instead? Now you're donezo. So like this this body that right now has power, and maybe they won't soon. They're trying to do what they can to stick up for themselves.
This is somewhat similar to the writers' strike and stuff like that, because at least in the clause of the AI stuff. But I maybe have an unpopular opinion about this. I think that if you don't have such an iconic element to like your voice or anything because you came from something. You know when you like see AI or something, like if Snoop Dogg is like on a video game character, you know that's f***ing Snoop Dogg. It's like when you have that much clout, recognizability and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't have signed the contract to like completely divulge all your likeness and everything like that. But I think that if you're doing voice acting because maybe not everybody knows who you are, but that's just a talent you have because you sound kind of good, but you're not like infamous for your voice, then you might have signed a contract that relinquishes the, your actual character likeness and blah, blah, blah. It's like, the industry is going to move in that direction. I think we're not going to stop it. Maybe you could slow it down with a strike here and there.
Seems like inevitable.
Yeah, so like unless you have the clout to like change your contract with these mega companies and stuff,
I think you're right about this insofar as this is a new technology that is just going to dominate the industry.
Yeah, it's going to dominate. We can slow it down, but we can't stop it. So unless you have clout to change the contract, like you're not gonna have power to fight it forever anyway. So instead of fighting it, go build your clout.
Yeah. Because it's also the same thing as kind of like the when everything was practical effects, right? And then CG came in, and they're like, well, what about all the production that I'm gonna build? Yeah. So, well, if you don't adapt, they're gonna start building artificial things on green screen.
Yeah, claymation is obsolete, dude.
And then it's like, you could argue that it's like, no, but like we could do this, but it's like, well, visually, this is cheaper, better, and safer. It's like, you're not gonna fight that like for a long time.
Yeah. Or even like, let's say we built the perfect Joe AI, and he's like, I like to jack off and all this stuff, and we're like, that's really good. I don't know if we need him.
Because what's stopping the studio from just saying, all right, we don't need to use you guys. We can just create AI everything.
Well, and so now more in line with what Anthony's saying, you have now original characters nobody's heard before. So now you can just make them with AI, and the audience's original experience with it is the AI. Anyway. So then what's the difference? Yeah. It's not Harrison Ford's voice.
Anytime that there's like a major transition in industry, like right now, like AI isn't the norm. It's like a new norm that might develop.
Yeah.
Of course, I totally understand and side with people fighting the good fight.
Of course.
Because they built the industry to get it. I get it.
But how long can this fight go?
But the market will decide, right? Like if the market decides like, okay, these games suck even more because I like the actors and you can tell it's AI, it's not as good, then that might hurt maybe game sales where they go, all right, well, maybe we won't do that. But it seems like the AI is so fucking good.
It's too good. Like when Drake was doing that shit with Kendrick, it's like he brought Tupac and Snoop Dogg's voice to his verse, and it's like, it sounds like it.
When they make SpongeBob sing like, a Kanye West song, you're like, what the fuck?
It's like the trucking industry, once it's like, okay, we know we can get from point A to point B, no worries, AI only, and no breaks, no lunch,
no human error, being overworked, no liability,
right?
Not as much liability.
There's gonna be like, how do you even make an argument against it other than saying we need to hire humans to do this job? I get it.
And it fucking sucks for the humans in that era.
Right.
Yeah.
you move the needle of human existence and progression 1 decibel, 1 millimeter over in the timeline of infinite time. It's like it doesn't matter.
Right.
We're a blip in the universe. You know what I mean? So
And it's always like that. It's like tape to CD, CD to MP3, MP3 to fucking streaming or whatever. It's always gonna be like that.
yeah. So this looks like an unstoppable force. Motherfuckers fight the good fight to slow it down as long as possible so that you have working jobs. But
I'm into that always.
It's tough.
What do you think, Joe?
What are the jobs that are under threat through AI?
So voiceover actors, anybody involved in, obviously just something you can easily replicate with visuals and audio. So like it could be like the Alexa shit, how that's taken over everything.
Or like, for example, I like from time to time do like various, without any specifications, like game emotes or in-game movement for like different video games, right? Back in the day,
What is that? Is that like motion capture stuff?
Yeah.
that's the thing. Back in the day, we used to do motion capture. So I've gone into studios and stuff like that. You put on the thing with all the balls and blah blah blah, right? And then one day I started going in and doing volumetric capture, where you didn't have to put on any balls. You just had to make sure you wore like non-contrasting clothes, and they record you in 360 digital imaging so that they have movement of any type of sort at higher levels. It's volumetric. It's not just like reading data points on balls and then drawing the rest. It's what you have, exactly that, right?
Yeah, wow.
And now, straight up, I submit choreography for certain things. I never even have to go in the studio. They have animators that they're just like, hey, film this from the front and the side and the back. And then they just take the data from the video and then they recreate it and then put different costumes and looks and skins or whatever the freak they call it. You know what I mean? And it's like, we're just
So you're kind of a scab. You're basically fucking over your whole industry.
No, it's just
as long as I get my paper in that moment, because I can't stop it.
So this whole process, you still have a job. Does it get to a point where you won't have one?
So think about it like this. Imagine the thousands of different movers or choreographers or motion animators or whatever. We give enough data, there's going to be a tipping point where you can recreate anything with any flavor and any nuance with existing data using AI to corroborate all the information to recreate something new that feels culturally stylistic. You know what I mean? You can innovate on the spot, and you can AI the formula to be like, make this different from anything else but feel like this.
But that's what copyright laws are about to be fucking insane more than it is right now, because how did they arrive at that, right? How did they build that algorithm? What did they build that data set off of? Maybe it's old Kinjaz videos. Probably was, because that's when they were tight. So then, right? You build off of
So you're saying we were tight?
How'd you sneak that in, dude?
You said we were tight. You liked us as
quoting people, old people who are dying.
They're irrelevant now.
someone liked us in his eyes.
But point being, how did you get the information? Right? How did you get the information? It's pretty funny. How did you get the information? Right? That's the thing. So where did that come from? It's no different, by the way, than like, oh, you like ripping off of somebody's speech, like.
Yeah, because that's what AI is, right?
Exactly.
So what do you think is going to happen with that?
I think people will be sued selectively here and there, and depending on who the fuck is backing them, they'll probably win a lot.
But even then, that's still American lawsuit culture.
Yeah.
You sue if you have the means to pay for a lawsuit, and then they'll settle if they have the value to settle and move forward.
Yeah.
Like nothing will stop the machine. Anything will be maybe a roadblock and slow down, but it will move.
But that's why you, like what you always said, it's like you gotta constantly innovate, or otherwise you get fucking left in the dust.
and that's what they're fighting for, right? This game thing, like they want it to stop completely.
But I mean, right now the quality sucks, but I can see it changing. Like right now, there's a lot of AI channels are flooding YouTube. It's so like fucking annoying because you think you're gonna watch an actual person, and you click it, and it's just a slideshow or videos from AI. The voice with the same voice. That's like a handful.
They mispronounce the right words. Where you go, oh.
And it's about like a philosopher and his life, or like whatever.
But then part of it is like, do you even think that's true? A lot of the stuff, because sometimes the AI stuff gets it wrong.
But
right?
it doesn't matter because it's all about the algo. So like they're just trying to ride views and get a certain amount of money.
But they're like carbon copies of each other, and they're flooding YouTube because you could crank out this content, right? So like, let's say you want to, I don't know, let's say you want to do a video on like Carl Jung and psychology or something.
Yeah.
Then all of these fucking like AI faceless documentary style channels pop up. You think it's a legit channel, and then you click it, and you're like, that's that robotic voice again. It's like, there's a lot of that flooding it, and I'm like, fuck.
What up, guys? Thank you for watching us for so long. If you like what we do, please support our Patreon. Joe, tell them what we have to offer.
So, every week, you get 2 videos. One, never released director's cut, and another one, 2 half for YouTube, Patreon only. Every freaking week, you get that, and you get access to our Discord where you can come chat with us.
And ask us questions that become episodes here, because we're gonna answer them, and we're gonna take it seriously, and we wanna give you the responses that you want. So come stay connected with us, join our Patreon, click the description below for full details.
But there's one man, a hero maybe, who stands above the rest. Talk about the guy who like has that weird cowlick hair. He looks like a fucking Russian dude. He has a gray shirt on, and he's always doing videos where it's like him doing a fucking video, and he's like, Ryan Reynolds got fired years ago, and he's basically, during Blade Trinity, did you know maybe Ryan Reynolds got fired? And that's the video. You guys know what I'm talking about? This fucking guy, dude, I swear.
That's a style of
it's
video
so fucking funny, because this guy is just literally just, he's just like draining the fucking, magazine empty on content, whatever he can find from the darkest parts of the
But
web.
nowadays, like, that's what it seems like.
It's it.
And it seems like that's also ruining, I guess, content in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in my opinion, I don't know how you guys feel about it,
That's how I feel.
but it's like you watch some of these videos and you're like, dude, this isn't, for whatever reason, because you could feel it's AI, do you just not value it as much?
Well, like Joe, I write it off quicker.
Yeah. But then if it's a really
It's hard to
cool,
focus.
but if it's someone that actually you could tell is a real person, I don't know if you can tell nowadays, but like
I can't tell, because I watch Ben Shapiro, and I don't know if he's real.
There's one AI, it's not even a channel. I can't watch a whole YouTube video, but it's a Instagram page. It's called like Project or Inventor Theory or some shit. But basically, they come up with their own, it's kind of fanficky, of ancient alien shit. So they'll have AI draw up these crazy ass like characters from Egypt, and then they'll tell you like the stories that happened in the Book of Enoch or whatever. And then there's a series, and I think that's pretty cool. But yeah,
We live in an industry and a time frame, especially because everything, especially technologically, is exponential in growth, right? Like it's adapt or die, period.
Yeah.
I remember when even in like just the dancing, it was like to even like teach choreography online, like online tutorials, that was so taboo. And then COVID happened, and it's like if you didn't jump on that shit, you were gonna die.
anybody that is like a traditionalist or a purist, they're usually nerds with no friends. So just watch out, because
artistically your craft would have to be so refined for you to be valued still over the long time.
yeah, and most of them are film students that are so pretentious and they never made anything.
Never did anything.
Yeah, but they
never actually made
they're
one
so-
single thing,
they're
but
so
they judge
snobby.
everything else.
They're so snobby, and then they never get anywhere. They never work on films or anything like that.
But every movie they ever watch sucks, except for the grand fucking student film they have in their brain that they can never afford or do or execute on. So like it doesn't matter.
Because this whole thing reminds me of like, when the whole digital versus analog thing was happening. We'll be like, oh, digital cameras will never be as good as film. Maybe that's true, but who's fucking using film and developing it anymore?
Christopher Nolan, and that's it. Yeah. And he's using
Tarantino with his it's like but where does it go?
It's like 5 dudes, straight up. It's like him, Scorsese, Tarantino. That's it.
But that's because they're old as fuck.
Yeah.
Check this out though. My friend, I can't say a name, he said the industry, the stunt industry, the movie industry could slowly, like using us as humans in general, could die out in 5 to 10 years.
I could definitely see it.
What's his Xbox gamer tag? Xbox gamer tag.
And you know what? Like, again, I fight the good fight in this time for the stunt people who like brought the industry there. But at the same time, if you're a studio and you can be like, hey, guaranteed no human's gonna get hurt doing this crazy idea. Why the fuck wouldn't you move in that direction if it looked just as good and was cheaper?
Why would the stunt person be down?
No, that's what I'm saying. I know why the stunt person wants their job. Right. I'm saying, like, why wouldn't you take the human part out of it if you can build as good a product and not risk injury?
Well, look at Deadpool Wolverine. Like the whole time I was playing a game in my head of like, is this CGI? This all looks like CGI. I don't even know if these are any like real actors.
When he's in his mask, it's all CGI to me. It looked like shit, I thought.
And I just was like, okay, this is Dunzo.
How about you guys ever see the documentary of David Holmes?
Excuse the fuck out of me. What did you say?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
You said
The dog inventor, David Holmes.
Documentary.
Okay, thank you.
Dog inventor.
Dog inventor.
Dog inventor, David Holmes.
That's tight. He invented the dog.
You know, he's a stunt. He's Harry Potter's stuntman for
Oh, it's called The Boy Who Lived.
The Boy Who Lived.
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah, The Boy Who Lived.
The dog inventor.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that stunt, you know, you go 10 years in clean, and it just takes that one day.
Yeah.
Which is exactly precedence for why anybody should use AI. And again, I hate.
But it's also precedence for why they should sue.
Yes.
You ever seen that those like Buster Keaton videos where he's
my
like
God,
the stunt
he's
stuff?
unbelievable.
Bro, you see that, and to us, it's like that is the most fucking irresponsible thing I've ever seen.
But I wonder if the big studios are just gonna keep shrinking. Cause think about it, right? Like,
It's been like that.
yeah, they are. And then there's so much content that's flooded, and there's so many. Like, you could be a mogul and just run your ship with like 2 people now.
Look, there's like Matt Damon talked about on Hot Ones, which is hilarious. The DVD was really a huge driver for like, you know, studios having more money, like liquid, so that they could actually do stuff. So like that's ultimately why they can't take shots on like some, you know, like what we were doing, and like they can't like just take things and just maybe we'll see how this works out, because right, they have to do more of like an algorithmic model of like it will work because we'll get this many eyeballs because this name's attached, and that will lead to this conclusion, and you can't really blame them because there's no model for them to just make money out of thin air.
They're really switching to like a YouTube fucking algorithm.
It is
All gonna be small teams now.
which is insane to think about, because I remember a decade ago they're laughing at you in the room because you're like, I have a YouTube channel. They're like, oh really?
Dude, that's so crazy because you look at Netflix, like, so they put so much into like the shots they choose for each movie. It's like the fucking thumbnails, like, but for movies.
And they change the thumbnails.
Yeah, all the time. So crazy.
All the time.
Yeah, it's kind of just remind me of like Ready Player One. That one,
Yeah,
that
all
one
of
whole
it.
movie. I feel like eventually our life will be in our house, and we will be inside a virtual world.
The meta world.
But especially as the world gets hotter, right? As they say.
Because it will.
And it will.
You guys are in a hot place.
Exactly. So now more people are more incentivized to stay inside already. And then what if you make inside even more tantalizing than it is already? Because birth rates are going down. People are less likely to even go date now because dudes and chicks are just more afraid of all that shit because of all.
And the porn is just too good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 100%.
Porn in a suck machine?
Oh, dude, the lights
I'm never
are
leaving
burnt.
that.
I don't have a suck machine yet.
If you link them, I'll leave my wife tomorrow.
Dude, VR, like you know, virtual world, fucking.
Forget it.
You give me haptic feedback on my dick, I will also.
Brother, I'm getting my Sybian in the mail right now.
Dude.
Can I
It's
borrow
on the
it?
way.
Can I borrow it?
Nah, dude, you gotta come over and check it out. You can't have it. You can't have it.
No, I'll show you guys.
Can we be Eskimo
We're
brothers
keeping it
on
at
the
my
machine?
house, dude.
I'll be Eskimo Brothers in your machine.
It's kind of expensive, huh?
I don't know what the.
But you might be bummed. You might be bummed sharing a machine with me, dude, because I might wear it out.
Like, oh man, Steve stretched mine out.
Yeah, you might gotta get a warranty on yours, brother.
I thought the Sybian was the girl one that the girl sits on.
No. It's for both. It's for both.
You could. It's a vibrating thumb is a vibrating thumb. Okay, you can't stop it. It's gonna give you pleasure no matter what.
What made you think that, dude? Probably misogyny.
Yeah, dude. Joe's supposed to be very open-minded sexually, and you're over here fucking yucking.
No, because I started with suck machine, and he said Sybian, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, wait, isn't that the thing girls ride?
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Girls
Whatever
ride.
floats your boat.
Ambies.
Yeah, come on.
As long as you're riding, baby. Sue, that's what Subi says.
Say, Subi's doing 180 on them things, you know?
Hey, Trump. Trump.
Hey, why are you voting for Kalama?
What? Who's that?
Subi. You know what I'm saying?
Did you bring
I
me
knew
one?
Subi was coming today.
Did you bring me one?
I'll get you one.
Alright, give me one.
I knew Subi was coming today. I knew Subi was coming today.
That wasn't even a good reveal. I don't even know if I saw unwrinkled.
What?
It's right there, dude.
It's right there.
Hey, you know what, though? You know what's crazy? He's aged a lot from that picture, I think.
You think?
Well, he escaped death.
I feel like he's stressed
I
out
think
right
it's
now.
just lighting. I think it's just lighting.
Up, down,
Light
up, down.
bulb, yeah.
That fucks with me too, man. The up, down in here. The fluorescent in here is fucking garbage.
Did you see that?
You get vertigo in here, huh?
You said what?
You get like vertigo in here a little bit.
Sometimes my eyes fucking hurt in here, dude.
This is office lighting. It's not fair. Vegas, when we move this operation to Vegas, and we will, fuck you, state of California, we're gonna have better lighting.
Can we have the diamond lights instead?
I would love that.
The octagon lights?
Oh, those are cool.
Octagon lights?
Anything else.
Yeah, these lights hurt the fuck out of my eyes. I'm glad it's not just me.
Hey, but in Hawaii, we just need an Ala Moana beach park.
Oh fuck yeah! We'll put some tables up.
Yeah, that's it.
And what are you guys gonna do? Mute the world? Like,
No, you just have a little mic. Those are that'd be tight to do an outdoor.
Dude, I
podcast.
would love to do an outdoor one in Hawaii.
I wonder if we could hear each other though.
No, I'd be like,
think so.
I'd be like, hey Joe, like, you know, you'd probably suck off a she-mail, and it's like,
the whole time. Just a constant.
no, I wouldn't.
And check it out. If there's a crowd, we ask the crowd. More content.
we're like, hey, would you guys suck a she-mail?
The fuck?
And just like, I'd probably get caught doing it.
Would you suck a she-mail?